Hi, my name is Amber. I'm an artist and I'm here with ZoTV.
Hey, what's up, Amber?
Hi.
What is it exactly that you do?
I love to paint and I also draw, but mostly my talent goes towards paintings, as you can see.
So, how long have you been painting?
I've been painting for about 3 years now. I just randomly started one day and I got better and better at it. So
What made you start painting?
I was really bored one day and I really literally had nothing else to do. And my stepmom used to have canvases in our house. So I just grabbed one. I found a picture that I liked and I started drawing it and then I painted it.
Oh, you're a full-time artist?
No, I'm a full-time student. I have a job part-time and I do art when I can, but I'd love to do it a little bit more.
So, what inspires you to create these pieces?
Really, anything that I see. A lot of times I don't just make up. Well, this is one that I just made up out of whatever I wanted to do, but a lot of times I'll see a picture like on Instagram or Snapchat or something, and I'll just really like it. It'll be like really photogenic, and I'll be like, I want to draw it.
Okay, so what does art mean to you?
Art is, I'm not gonna say anything cliche like it's my way to express myself, because it's not. It's really just something to do to get out of my head. So like if I really have nothing to do or if I want to de-stress, I turn to art.
What are your biggest influences?
As far as art, biggest influences, I have a lot of people that I follow on Instagram. One, her name is Inspired by Tyler, and she's amazing. Like she's an amazing artist. She does like a lot of 3D prints and a few other people like that who I just look up to as far as artists, and they make me, every time I see them post a video, they make me want to do some more art, create something new.
What other type of arts do you create besides painting?
I also do graduation caps. So, you know, when people graduate from college or even high school and they want to like express their favorite moment, they look to me and I create their caps for them.
Okay, so far, what is your favorite artwork?
So far, other than the graduation caps I've done, this has to be my favorite piece of artwork just because, I don't know, I created it myself. I didn't copy it from anything. I just thought of it all on my own and I took my time with it. So I love it.
So, explain that piece of artwork to me.
Well, as you can see, I'm natural, you know. So I just wanted to find something that represented me or the community that I'm a part of, a black, natural hair girl. And I just thought, why not call her a queen? And everything just came together as I was doing it.
So, overall, what does your work represent?
Overall, I think it represents my creativity. Like I've always been a very creative person, and I think everything I've done so far up to this point has just built on top of the creative foundation I've always had.
What is the hardest part of what you do?
The hardest part is, I would say, proportion size. Like if I'm really thinking about breaking down how I do paintings, is sometimes very hard for me to get the right proportions and make sure people are not lopsided and making sure I use the right colors and everything. But the hardest part is the sketching.
How long would you say it takes for you to develop a painting?
To do a painting, it kind of depends on why I'm doing it. So if I'm doing it for a customer, then I'm kind of rushing the process and sticking to deadlines. But if I'm doing it for myself, I take maybe a week, 2 weeks. It just depends on how everything's flowing.
Okay, why art?
Why art? I mean, I'm good at it. Like I did it one day and realized that I was good at it. So why not cultivate what you're good at, your natural talents?
So, how long did it really take you to develop your style?
I would say a few months, maybe. Like I always knew I didn't want to be like every other artist, so I wanted to always have my own type of spin on things. So I would say a few months. Like it didn't take me long to choose how I wanted to do things.
So how do you seek out opportunities like your clients and stuff like that nature?
I use social media, so I don't have every social media. Like I don't have a Twitter and a few other things, but I use what social media I do have to promote myself and promote things that I've already done. And then my friends and my family are very supportive, so they make sure they post on their social media and they let people know like, hey, I know an artist if you're looking for anything. So I just use whatever resources I currently have.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about your childhood growing up.
Growing up, I grew up in a two-parent household, so my parents were married. I have a sister who grew up in the same household as me, as well as an older sister who did not grow up in the same household as me, but pretty much had a very supportive household growing up. Was always like pushed to work towards my art and my creativity, and I think that contributed to how I am as an artist today.
Okay. So would you say your art is driven by your family or just what comes in your mind?
It's definitely driven by what comes in my mind, but I'm a perfectionist when it comes to a lot of things, so I sometimes get discouraged and think like, oh, this doesn't look good, and then I'll go to my family or friends and they'll encourage me and be like, no, this is amazing, and then I'll keep going.
Okay, what high school you went to?
I went to Martin Luther King Junior High School.
Okay, so as a kid growing up, what did you want to be?
I thought that I wanted to be, well, as a kid, I don't think I really had a vision of what I wanted to be, but as I got older, I started hearing all these different things, and one thing I can say for sure, I never thought I would be is an artist. Like I never thought I would be an artist. So it's just funny to me how like this came to be kind of randomly.
So you mentioned you're a full-time student.
Mm-hmm.
What are you in school for?
Well, my major is human learning development. So I'm looking at working with children and especially working with children who are deaf. So I do know a little bit of sign language. But I'm not so sure that I want to teach or anything like that. Like I don't know what I really want to do yet, but for now, that's what I'm in school for.
So do you think you will be able to tie in your main study with your artwork?
I think if I was to try to tie the both together, it would flow very nicely because I'm a creative person. I know a lot of times you have to be creative when you're working with kids or working with anybody when it comes to education. So I think I can find creative ways to involve art and encourage students to do the same.
Do you do collabs with other artists?
So far I've done no collabs with anyone.
Do you see that as something you'll do in the future?
Yeah, I can see me doing that in the future. Maybe when I get like a bigger following, I'd be comfortable with doing something like that. Right now, I'm kind of like in my own zone, my own space.
So what is one interesting thing about you?
I know some sign language, a little bit.
Okay. What is the hardest piece of work you've created so far?
The hardest, like the most difficult. I had to do. Well, I didn't have to, but I did do a painting, and it was Tupac, and it was hard. It was challenging. I'm gonna say it was challenging, and that was just because when I'm doing like a celebrity or something, when I'm painting or drawing them, it's like I don't want to get it wrong because if that's a celebrity everybody knows, then it's like you can't make him look any type of way. Like you have to make sure it's right. So that was probably the most challenging, making sure that he actually looked like the person that I was drawing. And that's the most challenging thing to do whenever I draw somebody that is an actual person or a celebrity.
Okay. So I see you have some work you already created back there. You mind explaining them to me?
So like I said, that was just a painting that I just decided to do randomly one day, and it really took me like a few months. Like I started it then I stopped, then I started again, then somewhere out of nowhere I got motivation to finish, so that was the final product of that. This was something, I saw this quote somewhere, and then I was like, what random background can I paint? And so that's where I did that. And then this one is, I started a few months ago and I haven't finished yet because I just have been busy and I haven't really had the motivation. That's one thing about me, I have to be motivated when I'm doing my artwork. But I can't wait to finish this one. It's basically 4 girls who are graduating, 4 black girls, and I really love this one. I can't wait to finish it because it just represents a part of me. Like, I'm going to be graduating soon. So this painting basically represents the fact that I'm graduating soon. A lot of my friends are graduating, and I just think it shows off like a great moment in time. So I can't wait to finish this one.
So what does your art really means to you?
My art, it means, it gives me a sense of peace with all the things that I have going on. I have school, I have work, I have friends, I have things going on outside of that, family, different things like that. So art really brings me back down to my quiet time, my personal time, my peace.
So after you graduate, do you see yourself turning this into a full-time thing until you find your, career path, or?
Yes and no. So I'm saying yes because I would love to have time to do this full time, but no, because one, I've seen those artists that go full time and are like struggling to pay bills and stuff. And I've also seen those artists who go full time who lose their passion for it because they are kind of working for people to make their rent. So I don't want it to end up being something like that. Once I graduate, I am going to be happy that I'll hopefully have more time to do it, but I don't think I'll go full time, not yet.
Are there any hidden messages within your art?
Hidden messages? Yes. So basically, in the art that you see here, I don't think there's many hidden messages except for this one. Once it's complete, you'll get a sense of what it means. Different art ideas that I've written down or that I have thought about that I want to make definitely have hidden messages, and I feel like they're gonna be easy to spot once you actually take your time and just look at it.
What do you think it takes to make a good artist? Or what do you think a good artist is?
What do I think a good artist is? Somebody who doesn't worry about what other people think about their art. Like, it's good to have those people, like I said, I have family who I can go to and I can ask them, hey, does this look okay? It's good to have like people that you can go to that ask their opinion, but not drown and overwhelm yourself with.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw 5 words at you. What's the first thing that come to mind when you hear these 5 words? School.
Difficult.
Family.
Supportive.
Art.
Peace.
Family. Friends.
Goofy.
ZoTV.
Bye. So, Amber, I just want to let y'all know that if you're an artist and you're just starting out, don't worry about the small things. Don't worry if you don't have a lot of followers. Keep pushing, keep making time for your art, and don't let negative opinions stop you from creating. And think outside the box more. So, checking out with ZoTV. Hi, my name is Amber, and I'm here with ZoTV.
Hi, my name is Amber. I'm an artist. I'm here with ZoTV.
ZoTV or it's Zo?
ZoTV.
ZoTV, okay.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Amber. I'm an artist and I'm here with ZoTV.
Hey, what's up? You're so fucking